Greetings. Thanks for stopping by. Health and happiness to you. I'm Skol, and today we're going to do a tabletop review of the. Oh. Dispatch to Skol ADC. What's your current situation? Over. Skol ADC to dispatch. We have a code for situation is under control. The scene is secure and no further assistance is required. Over. Copy, Skol ADC. Over and out. Okay. As I was saying, we're going to do a tabletop review of the Cold Steel Code 4. This originally came out in 2013, so it's been out for a while. One good thing about knives that have been out for a while is they've stood up to the test of time. So I think this qualifies among that status. So what we have here is a S35 VN high-end steel. We have aluminum handles with a smooth anodized finish. We have a pocket clip that's reversible, and this is not a symmetrical pocket slip. So in the box, it comes with another pocket slip that'll curve this way if you want to put on a left-handed pocket clip. It's a backlock with the triad, cold steel triad lock. So that is the strongest type of backlock on the market, still the strongest. We have a pretty thick and beefy dimensions. We'll do that real quick. So we've got a 3.5-inch blade. There you can see it, 3.5-inch blade and 3.5-inch, just about 3.5-inch cutting edge up to the sharpening choil. Nice little sharpening choil there if you can see it. And you got your plunge line. And your handle length is 4 3/4 inches, but where you actually put your fingers, you get 4 inches. And your overall length is 8.5 inches. Now let's do the weight real quick. So let's turn this on. And we get 3.33 ounces. So that's actually pretty light. 3.33 ounces. That's right in the normal zone for an EDC carry. And we'll do our stock thickness real quick. And give it a tear. Pretty thick blade. Let's go here behind the thumb studs. We're getting 1.34 and up a bit halfway, 1.36, so about 0.136 inches. So pretty thick blade. And let's do some comparisons to some other common knives. We got our Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Let's do a Spidey flick. So blade comparison's pretty similar size. Let's also compare it to the 8010 from Cold Steel. So another big beefy blade. You get about the same blade thickness. As you can see, the 8010 has a big beefy handle, and really these are both S35VN. One thing to say about a difference between the two is you get a bigger, beefier handle that fills up your hand more, and this is more of a flat carry that you still get a good comfortable grip, but it's a lot more flat. There's no choke up choil or jimping up here, so when you get a knife like that, I like to say what Outdoor 55 says. You can go check out his channel, which I think is pretty good. I recommend it. Outdoor 55 says he doesn't like forward choils. He likes for the handle to be the handle. So that's what you get with this knife. use the handle as the handle. You have a nice spot here where your thumb lands naturally. So this is kind of a hybrid shape. The paramilitary 2 is kind of pointy, so it'd be pretty good at puncturing, and that's a well-used, popular model for work. And then you have a taller blade on the 8010. This is one of the biggest, beefiest blades that you can get for hard use. That's still a folder. I think you get pretty close to the hard use capability of the 8010, but maybe the shape is a little bit in between, a little bit more pointy and thinner compared to the 8010, but not quite as pointy as the paramilitary 2. So what would you say about the Cold Steel code for situation under control? It's actually pretty similar to the 8010, but I'd describe it as a more portable 8010, because you get a overall lighter and flatter, easier to carry EDC in your pocket. So this one is probably a bit stronger, but this one's probably still stronger than 99% of your knives out there. So it's right up there. I'd call this like a portable 8010. So if I was going hiking, remote hiking, if you saw my video about lock types for different situations, remote hiking, I'd probably take a back lock and a triad lock. And if I had other tools like a fixed blade or an axe, I probably wouldn't take something as big as beefy as this if I had other tools. But this is thinner, so it's easier to carry. 3.3 isn't too bad. That's actually on the lower end of normal EDC range. I usually say under 3 ounces is when you get light, and the normal range is 3 to 5 ounces, and if you get above 5 ounces, I call that heavy. So, aluminum handles, tough. Let's look at the stop pin. Nice big beefy stop pin, surrounded by a lot of frame metal, so that's a pretty good design. And then on your triad locks, it always can transfer some of the load. Some of the push load will go radially around to the stop pin and then into the back spring, and even be supported by the rocker pin. So good normal cold steel design, super tough. Triad lock. You do get a slow roll on when I pressed the button, it actually fell down pretty good there. But you get a slow roll. I've seen some people can flick it. So this is fairly new to me, so I haven't broken it in. But when I pressed the lock, it actually fell down pretty fast. Let's give it a try. I don't think I can do it, though. Whoop. No, I can't get it. I'll have to practice that. I've seen people do it, though. So here you go, on washers, aluminum frame, S35EN. So what you're getting is a very good high-end balanced steel on a strong aluminum frame that is flat. So that's good portable EDC. Still has a place in the market today. Highly recommended. This is just a quick tabletop review of the Code 4 from Cold Steel. Still a good option for a work knife. I'd call this a work knife, a user. You're not going to impress anybody with a plain aluminum handle. And so if you're comparing knives with your buddies, you know that you have probably the tougher knife. So that's where you get your satisfaction out of this knife. So there you go, Skol, the Cold Steel Code 4, reasonably priced as well, about $70. I've seen it on sales, around $70. And even 13 years ago, it was only $55, so it hasn't gone up that much in price. And it's time-tested, good option. It's like a portable 8010. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the quick tabletop review. And remember, always carry a knife.